Ladies and gentlemen, fighting this coming weekend, only in a few short days at Octagon 49, Deniz Ilbay. Dennis, how are we doing, man? Happy fight week.
Hey, thank you. Everything is fine. Just 2 days before the fight, or I mean, one day before the real fight. The real fight is like everybody knows the to doing the weight, but yeah, everything is fine. Everything's good.
And that's my next question. How is the weight cut going? You okay? You don't seem too angry.
No, it's like always. I mean, if you ask any fighter if a weight cutting is something that makes him happy, he will say no. But yeah, it's part of the job, and if you do your diet before the fight good,
Mhm.
then the weight cut is much easier.
Well, I'm glad to hear you're not suffering. I know that can be a mean game sometimes. And,
Yeah.
you're at home here in Germany again in front of the home crowd. What kind of boost does that give to you? Are you excited to fight in Germany again?
Yeah, that's the most asked question in the last few
Yeah.
months, I think so. Like I said, it's I was born 1.5 kilometers from the arena in the hospital, so it's not only in my hometown. It's my living room, you know. So for me, it's something special on like how can I say it? It's emotional. So, but it's not kind of pressure or something, you know. So I can handle it, and yeah, I'm very happy to be in the arena on Saturday, and yeah, to fight in front of my whole family, my fans, my hometown, and yeah, to let everybody enjoy the fight and be happy.
And I'm sure this is another question you've been getting a lot, but you're taking on Corey Fry. So, what are your thoughts on him as an opponent?
He's the better. I think he has more. How can I say it? He has more MMA fights than me, so I think as an MMA fighter, he's much more. He has much more experience than me. But yeah, like I said before in other interviews, he's a good guy, and I think he comes also to Germany to fight against me. The same thing that I want to do. I want to kick his ass. He wants to kick my ass, and after the fight, we can drink a beer and be friends. But before the fight, yeah, he's my enemy, and I will do everything to yeah, to kill him, to let him feel that this is my hometown, this is my country, and he got the wrong opponent this time.
And you just touched on a little bit. He has more MMA experience, but obviously you have a very credentialed boxing background. So, how do you think stylistically you guys are going to clash in there?
I watched a couple of fights from him, and he's also a stand-up guy. I think
Mhm.
he's much more comfortable in the stand-up, and I think it will be this time it will be big brawler. You know, my last fight against Marco Novak, we thought also that he's a Muay Thai world champion. I'm a world boxing champion. And we thought also that this fight gonna be in the stand-up, but the first two rounds, like everybody has seen it, it was a little bit difficult for me. But in the third round, I came back to my game plan, the real game plan we had, and I think it will be a big brawl fight. But I try to finish the fight in the first round because yeah, I know that there's some pizza waiting for me, and I don't like pizza when it's cold. You know, it must be warm. So I try to finish it in the first round.
So, are you predicting a first round knockout?
Yeah, first round finish, not a knockout, but the first round finish. Normally, my fights are very spectacular, and I try to let enjoy everybody. But this time, I promised my father and my wife that it's not be too much spectacular like last time. And yeah, I said, okay, then bring me some pizza, and I will try to finish it in the first round.
I love it, man. Some pizza for incentive for a quick
Yeah, man.
finish. And correct me if I'm wrong, but you own your own gym, correct? Like that's like your main headquarters for training camp?
Yes. So this is my headquarter. I train there the most of the time with my dad and my coach. My second home since 3 years is the UFD gym in Düsseldorf. There are also a lot of good fighters. For me, one of the craziest gyms I have ever seen. But in the last few weeks, I also sparred at the MMA Spirit in Frankfurt with Christian Eckerlin, and not with him, but with his guys.
Yep.
So, but I have my own gym with my dad together. Yes.
So I mean, just kind of break down, like, I guess name drop some of your partners, coaches, like who you've been working with this camp.
So this time, like every time, I work with my dad. He's my head coach, my stand-up coach. Then I have Max Schwind. He's my wrestling coach, one of the last German world champions in wrestling. Then I have my Luta Livre coach, Andy Konda. He's the first ever European black belt in Luta Livre. And yeah, my training partners are Lomali Eskiev, KSW fighter. Then we got Brave fighter Hussein Kadigamumeov. We got in MMA Spirit new talent Raul Lembarski. He's a good guy, and the list can go on and on and
Yeah,
on. There are so much fighters I can. If I would name them, I think this interview would go 1 hour or something like that.
probably.
But
Yeah.
it's an elite of fights. A lot of KSW fighters, some Brave fighters. There are some Bellator fighters. Everything is this is the whole mix, and yeah, they try to kill me in training. But like I said, if somebody's don't kill you in training, how somebody should kill you in the fight. So train hard, fight easy, like Tito Ortiz always says.
And then who's going to be coming with you to be in the corner along with your dad?
It's Max Schmidt, my wrestling coach, and Andreas Schmidt, but we call him Andy Konda, my Luta Livre coach. These three guys will be with me this time.
And then just like transitioning from boxing into MMA, like, do you put a heavy emphasis on training your grappling, your wrestling, your jiu-jitsu? Like, is that important to you, or you just really look at it as MMA as a whole?
No, what the most people forget is before my boxing career, I since I was 4, I was doing kickboxing and Muay Thai fights, and my dad always let me teach everything, from grappling to a little bit wrestling, everything. So it was clearly that I will not be the best grappler or the best wrestler, but we said okay, we will work on the defense and we work on some offensive things, and so we got a good mix. But yeah, we said I'm a stand-up guy, and yeah, I'm happy that everything starts in the stand-up, and I will try to keep it there. But if it's not possible, okay. So I have a lot of weapons in my bucket, I would say. So we will try to do everything that is in a fight, that we can do everything.
Well, I mean, it's been working, man. You're 5-0, looking to make it 6-0, 14 ranked in Octagon already. So with a big win here, like,
Hey, in Octagon?
yeah, let me double check, but I'm pretty sure you're ranked there, buddy. Yeah, number
Nice.
14 featherweight, man.
Whoa,
Already ranked
nice.
in, yeah, dude, a second fight already ranked. So with that being
Cool.
said, man, like, what's next after this? Like, anybody you want to call out? Any timeline when you'd like to return?
No, normally my ego would say if I'm not injured, I would fight. If somebody is get canceled from the December 8th card, I would fight there. Also, December 29th, I think there is a fight card. But yeah, it's now my second camp between, I think, 2 months or 3 months. And I promised my wife and my child that we, after the fight, we will take a little time out, and yeah, then Christmas is standing before. So my I think this will be the first year after, I think, 6 or 7 years, that I can celebrate my birthday in January.
Wow.
But this is not so important. But no, I don't want to call somebody out. I just think from fight to fight. So we will bring this fight behind us, and after that, I will drink a beer, a pizza, and then I will sit down with my manager, my team, and then we will talk about everything. Maybe we will change the weight class if it would possible. I want to go down to bantam
Hmm.
because the guys are really tall. I'm a small featherweight, and I know that I can do it, but yeah, it will be a hard way. So I eat a lot of pizza if I'm not in fight camp, but I think this time one or two pizzas less.
Well, after the holidays and after you get all fat and happy, what goals do you have for 2024, man? Is that a thing you want to do bantamweight in 2024? Like, what would you like to do in the next year?
Yes, why not? Like I said, I will sit down with my manager Ivan Djakovic and we will talk about everything. Um, I I see myself more in bantamweight than in featherweight. I know that it's a hard way to go down 6 more kilos, but if you do it in the right way, everything is possible. So and yeah, in 2024, I know that there are a lot of big upcoming fight cards from Octagon. I know that they will be next year, I think, again in Frankfurt, and I would fight there also. But yeah, like I said, we will bring this fight behind us. Hopefully, no injury, and then yeah, the next mission can start.
And I guess my question is coming from, you've been doing MMA your whole life, but you've been competing in boxing professionally. So, were there any challenges transitioning into the sport of MMA from boxing?
No, no. The most people said, yeah, if you the same question that people asked me when I changed from Muay Thai to boxing. How do you let your feet on the ground,
Yeah.
And I said, hey, if somebody calls me tomorrow and said, hey, you want to fight a boxing match, I would say, okay, no problem. So I do it like I do it since I'm 4 years old. So for me, it's like breathing.
Right.
I can breathe through my nose or through my mouth, so it doesn't matter. And no, not really the challenge. The one of the biggest challenge was my first wrestling class.
Yeah.
After that, I think I was 2 weeks. I was out of training because everything on my body hurts. But yeah, it's the body is how Floyd Mayweather said, a real champ can adapt to everything, you know. And I think if you bring time with you, everything is possible.
And then last question for me, I just informed you you're 14 ranked in featherweight. So whether it's featherweight or bantamweight, how many wins away from a title shot do you think you are?
I think if we think realistic, maybe three.
Okay.
If we think realistic, but in MMA, everything can happen. If you have two good fights and the promotion says, "Hey, look, we the next fight can be in Cologne again. We got a champ. We got the people's champ Dennis. So let us do this title fight there." Okay, no problem. But if we think realistic, I would say three fights, something like that.
I think you're close, man. I think 2024 is going to be a big year for you, Dennis. And before I get you out of
Thank
here,
you.
man, let me just give you the opportunity. You have so many fans across the world, a lot of fans coming to watch Octagon, and then Octagon as is a huge promotion. So, anything you would like to say to everybody? If so, take it away. The mic is yours, and feel free to do English, German, whatever you'd like.
If you want to see one of the biggest MMA events in the German history, I think it's bigger than the UFC fight nights in Germany. Tune in on Saturday on the Octagon TV. I think it's 14 bucks, but it's not much, but it's perfect. Buy your pay-per-view and you will see some crazy fights. And in Germany, or especially in Cologne, there is a time we call it Carnival, and we celebrate and we customize ourselves and we have crazy stuff on our heads. And yeah, we really like to do parties. So tune in on Saturday and see some big brawling fights.
Is that celebration this weekend too?
Yeah, it started last weekend.
Oh,
It
okay.
starts last weekend, and the city is out of control. It's crazier than in Rio if they celebrating in Rio de Janeiro Carnival. So the
Well,
city is burning.
even more reason to watch. And ladies and gentlemen, nothing he said is a lie. Octagon 49 is going to be a banger. Octagon always puts on a good show. So check him out this Saturday, November 18th. And Deniz Ilbay, thank you so much, man.
Thank you,
Kick
buddy.
some ass. All right.
We see us. Bye bye.